Hello YouTube, this is Hunter Surge of the Brawler Cafe. So, we are post Momocon, and we have some major ruling updates from Momocon. To put it very simply, all the relevant screenshots, these are all taken from people on, most of them from the Cafe Discord, but Lucas is from one of the other servers. I'm not sure which one actually. But all of this is the relevant information that came directly from the designers. So, and I'm going to be jumping around all this stuff, so I decided to have it all up here. If it's too small, then I will just put a link to like an imgur gallery in the description. And actually, I'll do that anyways, just so that you can look at it in your leisure, if they're not big enough. But I'm just doing it this way to make it simpler. But basically, to put it very simply, every single ruling we received over the course of this last 6 months, because every single one of them came through VK, they are now all called into question because we basically have definitive evidence that VK was not asking the devs about rulings and was basically just making things up. Now there are a couple things that we got directly confirmed from the devs so that we know that they work this way, but like even the rulebook itself is not trustworthy right now because it's not the current up-to-date rulebook that the devs are working with. So basically none of the rulings we have right now are trustworthy anymore. I guess still continue playing with them until we hear otherwise, but do keep in mind that basically everything is up in the air to be changed because VK was not giving us rulings from the actual devs. What a great community manager. 6 months. 6 months. Oh god. It's ridiculous. Okay, so other things. Frost Strike. This is one of the big ones that informed of us of this whole situation in the first place. Frost Strike does work against flips that make themselves free, aka the keyboard flips. So basically, if you discard a card for Pact of Darkness, and your opponent has Frost Strike 2, you'll still have to pay 2 for the Frost Strike. What else? Okay, so let's go into other things. That's a big one. Does not particularly make Frost Strike playable, to be honest. Because like it's very telegraphed. You need a large amount of Frost Strike, and to get a large amount of Frost Strike, you need to spend have a large amount of excess energy to spend. And when you're dealing with what are free flips naturally, well, it's just you have to pay a lot to take those offline. So it's not really realistic. The other big change from what we knew previously is that Evos, there is no actual... Sorry, I've got really bad hiccups right now. But there is no actual chain of Evos. There is no actual order that you have to follow. You can go, as long as they have the same base form, you can go from any Evo into any other Evo, which is good. I really appreciate this. This is how it should have been from the start, because the Evo chain was very unintuitive and was not communicated at all in the rules or the cards or anything, because the only information you had about what you Evoed from is a snippet of the art of the base form. That was it. And none of the rules actually said anything about this. So I'm very, very glad that this change was made. But what this also does, this is very, very big. You can evolve into another, like, say you're on Aqua's Hyper Flamethrower, you can evolve into another Aqua's Hyper Flamethrower. This does a lot for any Evo with an on-play effect. Particularly Aqua's Hyper Flamethrower and Darkest Trunks really, really benefit from this. The other ones are just like not that great. but they do still get a buff from this. But Aqua's Hyper Fangs or Darkest Hyper-Troxers are relatively big deals. So yeah. This also helps a lot of diamonds a lot. This does not make like any diamonds, like any of the bad diamonds good. However, it is quite helpful to know that, say, like with Dragonord Ultra, oh, we can go into Hyper Drago Ultra before going into Diamond Drago Ultra, or in a case that might actually be relevant, Diamond Pegatrix Ultra. This is something I was going to talk about in the Chaos video for Resurgence that's coming up, but Diamond Pegatrix Ultra is like the best diamond evolution we've gotten, and I think actually has a shot at viability. And one of its biggest problems was the incredibly weak base form. Running 2 different Evos for the same Bakugan has not turned out too great in the past, but and I imagine it'll be fine without it. But it is very nice to be able to go through the lower 2-cost Evo for Pegatrix Ultra before going into the very strong, easily hitting 2000B Diamond Pegatrix Ultra. So that's very good. The reason the rulebook is not up to date is because only Spin Master can edit it on site, so they don't have access to it. Stuff like the heroes in Resurgence that have the same name as the ones in Battle Brawlers were never intended to happen. For example, the original name for Resurgence Dan was Dan the Hero. But all the naming comes from SM, so that got screwed up. That's why we have that bit of a mess right there. Rulings we got reconfirmed are the Relic Titan Dragonord Ultra one, which not very happy about that, especially the reasoning that was given, but I won't go into that here. I had a big rant about that on Twitter already, and on the Discord. What else? There's other things here. Cocoon Shield was confirmed correct. Tragically, good card never. Aqua's Garganord Ultra is also confirmed correct, as well as China plus Quickfire. So in those cases, going forward that those are the previous rulings are the way those are supposed to work. But for basically everything else that wasn't covered here, RIP. Mulligans are being considered. They wouldn't likely be a typical mulligan. They'd likely be discarding X cards to draw X cards to punish your life total. But those are potentially going to be a thing that might happen in the future. LGS support did not happen immediately because the lead designer worked on Redikai, so fun times. That's definitely a fantastic reason for doing that. Gary, one of the lead designers, coded a full interactive demo of the game 2 years ago, but SM won't put it on the site. This is particularly frustrating for me because like the app version of Bakugan is like not something that translates into either version of the game, even the simpler toy battling game. So like, why couldn't you just put that demo in the app? I don't understand. Let's see. There's other stuff. Did I not include that bit in here? Oh, here it is. So Gary, one of the lead designers again, has said he's considering setting his time aside to engage directly with the community. So basically probably ending up on the Discord or whatever to more directly answer questions. Gary, if you're listening, please do that for the love of God. I need a source of proper answers. Let's see what else. A couple last things. We're almost done here. Gary, again, one of the lead designers, not Justin Gary, different person, apparently wants Best of 3 with sideboards on the competitive level. But Justin Gary said very conflicting things about sideboards. And lastly, if you're holding out for LDS support like this summer or something, tough luck. That's not happening. It's not happening, buddy. Justin said that it's currently looking like late this year or early next year. So, you know, that's a long way off. Great 2 years of planning, guys. Okay, that's it. That's all the important stuff from Momocon. I will be diving back into Bakugan analysis and that buyer's guide. I was waiting for Momocon to happen, assuming we'd get like full Wave 4 info. I really want the starter pack info for Wave 4 before I did it, but we didn't get it at Momocon. Momocon was Wave 5. Thank you, Spin Master. But regardless, we will be doing that and more Resurgence analysis. So that will be coming up next. And this is Hunter Surge signing off.